My mom was the coolest cop in town. She drove a police car with flashing lights, knew 50 karate moves, and arrested bad guys every day. Trying to rob a bank? Not on my watch. And my dad was a failed screenwriter. He was depressed because his inspiration hadn't hit him in years.
I am absolutely worthless. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the basement. Why would anyone need me, though?
They made for a weird couple, I know. I was equally strange. Oh, I almost forgot to introduce myself. My name is Miley. Have you forgotten anything? Like, say to hit the like button and subscribe to the private diary channel? The reason I called myself weird was because I'd always been an impatient, emotional, and an overactive child. Sitting in one place and focusing on one thing was particularly impossible for me. I want to build a tower. No, this is boring. Kitty, let's play! One day, a strange man knocked on our door. Who are you? Your beard's so long. I know, you're Santa Claus.
Sweetie, could you help me?
Help you? How?
I was feeding ducks and dropped my wallet into the pond. Could you give me some money?
Wow, I love ducks. I didn't have any money, but Mom did. I handed the bearded man her wallet, but then Mom saw us. She quickly handcuffed the man and scolded me. Miley, you can't be so nice to strangers. 1, 2, 3. Are you even listening to me? Oh, there's something wrong with my baby. The very next day, Mom brought me to a hospital. A doctor examined me for a long time and then ran some tests. After that, he talked to my mom. I tried to eavesdrop on them, but Miley, I told you, wait for me in the hallway. Even after they were done talking, Mom didn't tell me what it was all about. Years went by, and I was no longer as restless as I had been as a kid. I was also more careful with strangers. Mom still controlled my every move so that I wouldn't get in trouble, though. The thing that upsets me the most, though, was that lately, my parents had been fighting like cats and dogs. You haven't sold a single script this year.
It's not my fault. I ran out of ideas.
After one of their fights, Mom told me we needed to talk.
Miley, your dad and I are going through a rough patch right now. We won't be able to keep an eye on you for a while. I want you to stay with Anne.
Anne was my older cousin. I didn't mind hanging out with her. She was cool, but I didn't like the fact that Mom still thought I was too young and irresponsible to be left unsupervised. The next day, Anne picked me up. Hi, gorgeous. Get in. However, instead of us driving to her apartment in the city center, Anne drove out of town. Soon, we stopped next to a gloomy manor. Where are we? This is my fiance's house. I moved in with him recently. Wow, why didn't you tell me you were getting married? I don't want to tell anyone about my fiance before the wedding. They would try to stop me from marrying him. Who is your fiance? Victor Noel. My eyes bugged out. Noel? Everyone in our city knew his family had a bad reputation. There were all sorts of rumors about them going round. Some believed that centuries ago, Noel's family made a deal with the devil, and that was the reason they were so rich and successful. There were also rumors that young girls who came to their mansion often went missing. I believe the theories that sounded the most realistic, though, that Noel's family was a Mafia clan. Don't tell me you believe those crazy urban legends, too. Victor's family is a bit weird, but they're nice people. I guess we'll see. We walked into the mansion. Victor and his parents were waiting for us. That guy gave me the creeps. He was huge and quiet. His eyes looked mean, and not a single emotion showed on his face. That's exactly how I imagined a Mafia boss would look like.
Miley, right? Well, welcome to the Noel family estate.
My mouth went dry, and instead of answering, I just nodded. Then I left my bag in my new room and decided to look around the mansion. As expected, there were many servants working there. One of them caught my eye. Are you looking for a secret passage?
Don't sneak up on me like that. Who are you?
I'm Miley, Anne's cousin. I'm gonna be staying in this Addams family mansion for a while. And you are?
Peter.
You look familiar. I could swear I'd seen you somewhere.
You must have mistaken me for someone.
That was weird. I was at the Noel estate, though. What did I expect? Soon, it was time for lunch. When a maid put a plate in front of me, Peter pretended to drop something and leaned close to my ear.
Don't eat it.
What?
Miley, is everything okay? Why aren't you eating the soup?
Victor and his parents were giving me such ominous looks, it ruined my appetite. I forgot to wash my hands. Hygiene comes first, right, you guys? I'll be back. I left the table and found Peter. What was that?
Miley, I saw Victor hand the cook some sort of pill and ask him to put it in your soup.
Wait, why would Victor do that, though?
I don't know, but I'm here to find out what's going on in this house.
Are you working undercover? Wait, I remember now. You're that popular Mythbuster Victor. I did see you. I watched your channel.
Fine, you're right. I used to laugh at the rumors about Noelle's being involved in shady stuff, but the longer I stay here, the more convinced I am that something is wrong with this family. Come on, I'll show you what I found.
Peter picked up a book, and with a terrible creak, the shelf slid aside. OMG! There really is a secret passage here! Where does it lead?
Shh, keep it down.
We came down into a dark and damp basement. It was empty, except for candles and a bunch of old stuff. There was an ominous aura emanating from the place. Jeez, this is creepy.
No kidding. This is probably where they kept the girls who came to the mansion and were never seen again. Miley, don't you think you might be next?
What? Next? His words sent a shiver down my spine, and I started to tremble. Mom was afraid I was too nice to strangers, but she was the one who handed me to a Mafia boss on a silver platter.
Calm down. If we stick together, we'll find out what's going on for sure. Let's team up.
Yeah, I decided to begin my investigation by calling Mom. She was a cop and had to know whether people were really going missing from the mansion, but for some reason, she turned her phone off. I couldn't reach Dad either. Okay, plan B is a go. I wanted to find Anne and talk to her about her fiance, but my cousin was nowhere to be seen, and she left her phone on her bed. Where the heck are all my relatives? It doesn't seem like a coincidence anymore.
What are you doing here?
Looking for Anne.
She left for the city, said it was urgent. I'm sure she'll come back soon.
She left without her phone? That's not like her.
She must have forgotten it.
I didn't want to piss Victor off, so I pretended to believe him and went to Peter. We checked the garage and saw that Anne's car was still in it. I knew Victor was lying. Anne's probably still in the mansion.
Don't worry. If she's here, we'll find her.
The next morning before breakfast, Peter and I hid in the pantry in the kitchen and saw Victor hand the cook some sort of pill again.
Put it in our lovely guest's food. Will do, sir.
See? I wasn't lying about this.
Yeah, Victor is up to something. I didn't want the Noelles to grow suspicious and quickly dumped my food into a flower pot. This is good. Now, excuse me, I'll see you later. I hadn't eaten since arriving in the mansion and was feeling a bit dizzy from hunger. It was getting hard for me to focus. But one thing was clear. We had to get out of there. That's what I told Peter.
What do you suggest?
Think, Miley, think. Oh, I know. I called the police and tried to tell my mom's partner about all the weird stuff that was going on at the Mafia family's estate. But he just sighed wearily.
Miley, quit wasting my time. Do you really think you're the first kid who's tried to prank the police using that urban legend? Your mom will deal with you when she gets back.
Do you know where she is? Hello? Dang it, he hung up.
So what now?
My mom is the coolest cop in the world. She'll get to the bottom of it. The problem is, her phone is off. I need to go home and talk to her.
How do you suggest we get out of here? The city is miles away.
Let's get a taxi.
I haven't been paid yet. Dang it, I don't have any money either. Oh, I know. There should be cash in Anne's room.
While Peter rummaged through her drawers, I shook out my cousin's purse.
Nothing here. Did you find any money?
No, but I found something better.
I can't drive. What about you?
I've drove a racing car. Let's go. Peter and I tiptoed to the garage, but then I heard someone say my name and froze in place. Victor and his mom were sitting by the fireplace and talking about me.
Miley's parents are going to worry about her.
No, they aren't. And mentioned they were thinking about getting a divorce. They don't have time to think about their daughter.
No, tell me I heard that wrong. I knew my parents' relationship wasn't great, but I had no idea things were that bad. Now I knew why they sent me off to Anne, so that I wouldn't try to stop them from getting a divorce. The truth hit me like a ton of bricks. I couldn't help but burst into tears. Victor heard me and immediately came into the hallway.
Miley, we were just talking about you. Why did you throw your food into a flower pot? Come on, you should eat.
Ow! I'm not going to eat that poison! Run! Victor chased after us, but we managed to get to the garage and into Anne's car.
He's getting close. Hit the gas.
Don't shout at me, I'm freaking out!
You're a worse driver than my grandma, and she's 100 years old. I thought you said you drove racing cars.
I did! In a video game, I thought driving a real car would be just as easy.
Watch out!
Another car was coming straight at us. I panicked and turned the steering wheel to avoid an accident. As a result, we fell into a ditch and the airbags went off. I didn't get a single scratch, but something still felt wrong. The world swam before my eyes and I lost consciousness. I woke up in the Noelle estate. That place was cursed and didn't want to let me go. There was no one in the room with me, not even Peter. Victor must have pulled us out of the car and brought us back. What should I do? I can't escape. escape? Mom and Dad are not answering their phones. The police didn't believe me. They didn't believe me because I have no proof. All I need to do is get it. I grabbed some things from my room and carefully locked out the door. It was suspiciously quiet. That was great though. I sneaked into the library and opened the secret passage. Next, I taped my mouth shut with the duct tape I'd bought from my room and took a photo of myself. You'd probably think I was acting crazy. Well, actually my plan was ingenious and simple. I wanted to take a picture of myself to prove I was in danger and send it to my mom's partner. After that, all the cops in the city would come running to the mansion in a matter of seconds. I was sure that I had thought everything through though. But then he appeared.
What are you up to again? Why are you always looking for trouble? What?
I said, what do you need a hammer for?
I'm just doing some repairs.
Only a complete moron would believe that. I know your family is Mafia. You've been kidnapping people.
I'm so sick of the idiotic rumors. Let's go.
Go where?
Do you want answers or not?
Okay. Put on a shirt. This isn't a beach beauty contest.
Calm down, Victor. Don't lose it. The little pain in the butt is your fiance's cousin.
After a couple of minutes, we came into the garden, and I saw the last thing I was expecting. Miley, I see you woke up. Are you feeling better? What's going on?
Have a seat. We'll explain everything.
As you know, our marriage has been on the rocks lately. That's why your father and I asked Anne to look after you and left for a spa resort. The romantic getaway helped us save our relationship. There was no signal there, and that's why you couldn't reach us.
Oh, I'm glad you're not getting divorced. Anne, where have you been? I didn't go missing. I got a call from the atelier. There was some issues with my wedding dress. Of course, I immediately hurried to the city and even forgot to tell you I was leaving or to take my phone. My car was in the garage because I'd used the car Victor gave me. I ran into your parents in town. They got back earlier than expected and wanted to take you home. I had no choice but to tell them you were with the Noels, and Victor's my fiance.
Anne, why didn't you tell us you were getting married?
Well, because of all the gossip about Victor's family.
Oh, those stupid urban legends. I'm a police officer. I would have arrested them a long time ago if they were involved in something shady. I was over the moon and brought your parents here so they could meet Victor's family.
We'd almost arrived when we saw you and Peter driving at us in my car.
I am a retired doctor. After examining you, I realized you fainted due to hunger and stress. So we put you in bed so you can get some rest.
I'm sorry I was such an idiot, Miley. I discovered that secret passage and convinced myself something terrible was going on, and then I got you involved.
This is a very old house, so there are a lot of such secret rooms here. I decided to renovate one of them and turn it into a gym.
Okay, it all makes sense, except for one thing. Why did Victor try to drug me?
Honey, I asked Anne to make sure you took your medicine.
What? What medicine?
Remember the day I brought you to a doctor when you were a kid? You were diagnosed with ADHD. It's a disorder that made you so hyperactive and unfocused. I didn't want to tell you about the diagnosis. All these years, I've been giving you medicine in secret. Once you got here and stopped taking the medicine, you became restless again and got into trouble. It's all my fault. I should have told you the truth a long time ago.
Of course, at first, it was a huge blow to me. But over time, I learned to live with my diagnosis. Now I'm taking my medicine without being tricked into it and feel like an adult. What happened next? We had a lot of fun at Victor and Anne's wedding. Peter posted a video about the Noels. Thanks to him, a lot of people in town changed their attitudes towards them. Dad liked my story so much he got inspired and wrote a script for the movie Cuties vs. Mafia, and we're at the premiere right now. You should always be honest with your loved ones. It will help to avoid a lot of problems.